The government's recent actions have demonstrated our resolute commitment to take the necessary steps to ensure that depositors' savings and the banking system remain safe.
Following the collapse of Silicon Valley and signature banks, Janet Yellen is trying to restore confidence in the banking system.
Thank you.
Speaking to an American Bankers Association conference in DC, Ms. Yellen said their approach had two main pillars. The first being to protect all depositors at both banks, including those above the federally insured limit of $250,000.
The steps we took were not focused on aiding specific banks or classes of banks. Our intervention was necessary to protect the broader U.S. banking system.
Ms. Yellen went on to confirm it's a response that could be taken again.
Similar actions could be warranted if smaller institutions suffered deposit runs that pose the risk of contagion.
The second pillar was the announcement of a new facility to provide liquidity to the banking system.
The Fed's new lending facility, the Bank Term Funding Program, is designed to help banks meet the needs of all of their depositors.
Ms. Yellen said that in the coming weeks we'll get a full accounting of what actually led to these banking failures, but said that additional efforts would be made to mitigate financial stability risks.
We will need to re-examine our current regulatory and supervisory regimes and consider whether they are appropriate for the risk that banks face today.
Following her address, Ms. Yellen took part in a short Q&A in which she was asked to expand on some of her answers.
Our banking system is sound, even as it's come under some pressure. As I indicated, this is different than 2008. 2008 was a solvency crisis. Rather, what we're seeing are contagious bank runs. That means potentially intervening if a smaller bank experiences the kinds of difficulties we have seen that pose the risk of contagion.
As to where we go from here, Ms. Yellen reiterated her point that additional efforts may be needed to prevent another, what she called, crisis.
I think there will be time, it will be necessary, but there's time to evaluate whether some adjustments are necessary in supervision and regulation to address the root causes of the crisis. I don't want to speculate at this point on what those adjustments might be. What I'm focused on is stabilizing our system and restoring the confidence of depositors